And we are back, and if you guys can believe it or not, we are getting pretty damn close to the end of the game. Man, can you guys believe it? Feels like only yesterday I was getting lost in the first areas of the game. Now I'm just getting lost in the last areas of the game. But yeah, after Kuzuryu, we've really got only two things left to do, really. And then we just head off to the final area of the game, and there's no turning back at that point. So, there's a couple loose ends that I want to tie up. Well, I've already tied up one of them. I want to buy a bunch of piranhas, which becomes important later. But there's also a certain demon I want to defuse. Now, this demon is probably one of the best demons you can get in the game. It has awesome stats, it's a really high level, and it's got divine retribution. Now the nice thing about it is that it's actually a chaos demon, so all the final bosses are law aligned, so this demon's divine retribution will actually hurt them. And it's got a pretty good MP stat. Now to get this demon, you have to fuse a Shinju Barong and a Kiho Rangda. Rangda is one of the demons that I was looking for in Lucifer's Castle, but as you can see, I've got a problem. I'm one level short of being able to fuse that. Now, you may be thinking, well, why don't I just go out and get the extra level? I could do that, but here's a little trick that I wanted to show off for the longest time. I never really showed off what it's like to fuse with a human. Now, you see that question mark? When you use a human in a fusion, you get a random result. However, for certain fusion combinations, you get certain demons tend to appear more often than others. Now, this is basically a really neat trick. If you use a three-way fusion and you have two demons that have a certain powerful fusion, but you can't get its level, if that fusion pops up, and it's likely it'll pop up since it has a pretty good chance of doing it, then this will override the level limit and you can get that demon. So it's kind of random, so it can take a while. If it takes me too long, I'll just pause until I get the fusion. But the fusion I want tends to pop up fairly often enough. As you can see, we're getting completely random demon results from this. Let's see. Not bad, but not what I need, or what I want, really. Having divine retribution for the final bosses is insanely helpful. And one bad thing about the translation is that it makes the three-way fusions fairly buggy. Sometimes the fusion will say pick a third demon even though you are picking a third demon. Yeah, it does that sometimes. And sometimes it just goes back to the Jackio screen like nothing happened. Or you like exited out of the screen. I actually already have that. Hakashi Suzano is a pretty good demon if you can get it. You can encounter it in Kongakai, but it's just easier to fuse it. Nope, not yet. Okay, I'm just gonna pause until I get the demon I want. And about the third fusion afterwards, I managed to get it. Hakashi Shiva. Just Shiva will do. Now, as you can see, it's actually giving me a message that says I can do the fusion, even though I'm not high enough leveled for it. So, yeah, long-ass fusion sequence is long, so let's skip it. And we get Shiva, one of the best demons in the game. She won't be that useful against Kuzuryu, because Kuzuryu is neutral-aligned, and neutral-aligned characters are immune to divine retribution. But even then, it's still a really good demon to have, so let's get our minions set up. Let's see, Suzano, Shiva, and here's another one, Dominion, one of the better law demons in the game. It also has divine retribution, but since it's law aligned, it won't do anything against the final bosses. Still, it's a good demon to have. And we need to warp back to Roppongi, I believe, because those mountains that are out by that area are, in fact, Kuzuryu. So, long-ass teleportation sequence, also long. Let's leave and go confront Kuzuryu. Actually, I don't know if you need to come back to this place specifically. Yeah, anytime you leave any area in the underworld, this will happen. An earthquake will happen, and Steven will show up. He's telling us that Kuzuryu is finally awakened. Okay, let's go take care of this thing. And I believe Steven just takes you there automatically. So yeah, we head down to the mountains. And here comes some bad shit. The mountains blast apart and Kuzuryu arises from the mountains. Now you may be thinking, holy shit, this thing looks nasty, what are we gonna do? But this boss is actually insanely easy for a neutral character, and I'll show you why. Kuzuryu is susceptible to freeze. Kuzuryu is in fact susceptible to any status ailment, so if you have a weapon with a status effect, Kuzuryu is completely helpless to you. Well, rather, if you have a weapon with a stunning effect, then Kuzuryu is completely helpless. You can just auto-fight this, and not have to worry about anything, because Masakato's katana will always freeze him. So yeah, this is the neutral exclusive boss, and a pretty damn disappointing one. I suppose it could be difficult if you had the right kind, if you didn't have Masakato's katana, but even then, Shadow has lightning magic, so you could just stun him with that. It would take longer, but it would still work. So yeah, Kuzuryu, not tough at all. He just has a lot of HP. I think he's got like a little over 7,000, 7,300 maybe. Okay, this is boring. And he's down. So yeah, neutral exclusive boss, and a fairly disappointing one. And Steven comes to congratulate us, but he tells us that Lucifer's not the only one who's planning to destroy Millennium. We have to head to Eden. Now, Eden's back in the center, so once again, backtracking, ugh. I'll take us back there. So yeah, in a second, I'll be back at the center. And hold on, I need to actually find something, because we need to go through a new door in the center that requires a password, so give me one moment, and when we come back, we'll be at the center, so just hang on a second. Okay, and we're back. Now, if you remember this place, this is where we fought the Elders before. But instead of going straight to where the Elders were, we're going to turn right here and go up to this door, the final password-protected door in the game. Now, to get this password, you have to go through a very curious process involving a duck and a Mexican hat dance. Actually, I'm just kidding. From what I understand, you have to go around, talk to two guys, and they'll give you the password, but I just got this out of a walkthrough, so we can forgo that process. And this will take us to the path to Eden. Now, as to which of these doors takes us right to Eden, I forget, so let's watch as I try to figure out which one leads to the right place. Wasn't that door? It may be this door. Is it this door? No! Way to get my hopes up, game. Okay, let's try this door. I have a good feeling about this door. Yes! And we have made it to Eden, but there are the cherubim in the way, and it will only let us chosen few go in. Basically, this means you have to be law alignment to go in, but since we have the Fury's robe, we can trick these guys. So yeah, that's the purpose of Fury's robe. If you're neutral or chaos, you have to go to Benna to get it. Now, there are a bunch of people scattered about this place, and they're all like, oh my god, I'm in Eden, I'm so awesome. And that's thrilling, so let's forget about them, and we need to find Sin. You know, whatever. Hey Sin, can I talk to you? Where are you? Don't worry, people, I'm not lost, I think. Ah, here we go. I remember it was hidden somewhere. What, have a revelation or something? Wait, what? I have a very bad feeling. Oh, shit. So Set is here. That means that Sin is actually Satan. That is kind of bad. Well, it seems that Sin has evolved into Satan. Oh boy. He does not look too friendly anymore. And he looks pretty tough. Ow! Ah! I'm not gonna wish you a happy new year, douchebag. And he threw us into the underworld. What a dick. You're not my friend anymore. But it seems we need to get back to Eden, but we've been thrown out, and Eden, it's Eden's a spaceship. Holy crap. So yeah, Eden has launched off into space. I wasn't expecting that. What are we gonna do now? We need to get there. How are we gonna get there? You got any plans, Steven? Yeah, I see. I know what you're talking about. Wait. The Megiddo Arc? What the hell is that? What? Oh, jeez. It's the Eclipse Cannon, or the Death Star, or whatever you prefer. Isn't there any way we can get there? Man, Patrick Stewart is a dick in real life. And Steven tells us to go to a terminal. It doesn't matter which one, just go to a terminal. Now, if you go to a terminal, you will be sent to the final area in the game, and that's it. There is no turning back. You can talk to Steven while there, and he'll allow you to go to a garage, eject you, and well, and he'll allow you to save your game. But other than that, you can't turn back. So there's actually one very easily missable side thing we want to do before we head to Eden. We have to head all the way back to Benna to do this. And I don't mean teleport there, because if we go to any terminal, Steven will immediately send us to the final area of the game, Eden. So we have to walk all the way back to Benna to get this, but it is very worth it. And I'll show you why in a second, so just hang on again. Okay, we're back in Benna. A fairly annoying backtrack, but yeah, it was only annoying. So go back to where you saw Fury before, and you misplaced her robe. Sure. We'll return her robe. Yeah, you misplaced it. Apparently she doesn't figure out that we were the ones who misplaced it for her. But for returning her robe that you stole, she rewards you with +1 to all your abilities. Very nice. It's nice to get that kind of boost right before the final area of the game, so yeah, it's annoying to backtrack, but it's worth it, especially if you're playing on an emulator, which I'm going to assume most of you are. So, you know what, screw it. Let's just forget about the stupid edit. Die. I don't like you guys. Go to hell. That's what I can say to the random encounters in this game. They can go to hell. Actually, we're already in hell, so they can stay right here. But yeah, since any terminal will do, we can just head to the one in Benna, and Steven will somehow be there. Maybe he uses the teleporting feature too. I just thought about that. So let's head on in. And he talks about a bunch of bullshit science. And he can send us to a terminal that just happens to be inside the Ark. What a coincidence, huh guys? I mean, seriously, what are the chances that they'd have a functioning terminal that we could use and teleport to? Ah, that was a lucky break, huh? So, yeah, we're inside the Ark now. Now, Steven tells us to go, as if there was any sort of urgency here, but we can head right back in, and he'll give us a list of options on things we can do. He can take us anywhere he wants, but he can only take us there until our bench is finished. So, yeah, there is no turning back now, so I hope you did everything you want to. Now you can head to the Jakku to do some last-minute fusing, which I am going to want to do later, because we can get some better demons in this area and fuse them for some really good stuff. We can head to the repair garage for healing. We could leave, or we could save. For the moment, I want to save, and I'll end it here, because I kind of want Eden to be its own, separate part. So, yeah, that was it for Kuzuryu and all the other stuff I wanted to take care of back on the Earth. So, yeah, next time, we're going to be taking on the final area of the game, Eden. So until next time, see ya.